In modern times, there's been a non-stop deluge of Sherlock Holmes visual media, from Sherlock to Elementary on TV, and from Sherlock Gnomes to Holmes and Watson in cinemas. Anime is no exception to this, with recent entries such as Holmes of Tokyo and Dr. Ramune treading the same familiar ground, with weekly mysteries that must be solved with logic, along with adding some twists to the Sherlock series. However, there's recently been a new series that has come out which, although copies a similar vibe to the Sherlock Holmes stories, is actually the antithesis of it. So what makes In/Spectre the nemesis of the Sherlock Holmes series? So to give a rundown of what the series is about, Iwana Kotoko one day stumbles upon the world of the Yunkai, and agrees to become their goddess of wisdom, giving up her right eye and her left leg, in exchange for mediating disputes between spirits and humanity. She later develops a crush on Sagara Kuru, who has been visiting her hospital, and she invites him to help resolve an issue that has emerged at a local library, where, during the incident, it emerges that he has some dark powers of his own due to his consumption of mystical creatures when he was just a child. The series then devolves into the standard Holmes and Watson dynamic, where Kotaro does the talking and Kuro does the heavy lifting. Nonetheless, there is a major difference, which drastically changes how the series works compared to other Sherlock Holmes stories out there, and that is rather than solve the mystery and present it to their benefactors, they instead work out the best lies and explanation for the events that they can present instead of what actually occurred. Now, this might sound like an easy thing to do. I mean, any anime character can lie for their own benefit, and a series focused around deception is not really breaking new ground here. Nonetheless, the reason that Kotaro has to lie is to protect humans and Yunkai from each other, by coming up with explanations that explain away the Yunkai's presence in instances that they are investigating. As to put it bluntly, if you told a policeman that an evil spirit killed a man, they would think you are pulling their leg, and then look for the real reason why the murder took place. Now, editing the truth also involves evidence gathering, as you simply cannot tell the police, "I know her death was suicide because the ghost of a construction worker saw her die," as again, no one would believe you. So instead, the series relies on the main characters creating lies that are spun to put the various stakeholders in the mystery at ease. Whether that be calming a fellow Yunkai, or spinning a tale to erase the existence of an evil spirit for humans. This is no easy feat, as Homer Simpson puts it,
"It takes two to lie, one to lie and one to listen."
What does that mean?
Well, it means that anyone can make up a silly story or massage the truth about a bad situation. But for a lie to truly work, the other person has to believe that it is the truth. And this is what makes In/Spectre a great mystery series, as they sell you the false story so well that you think it is real, before they pull the rug out from under you or make you doubt the story's truth through some vague dialogue. This is for me what makes In/Spectre the antithesis of the Sherlock Holmes story, as the Sherlock mysteries are about finding the truth and explaining it to the audience and their benefactors, whereas in In/Spectre is about spinning lies to their clients and trying to resolve the situation without them truly knowing what has occurred. So rather than having a regard for truth, they instead focus on what the best outcome would be for society as a whole, even if this means deceiving other people, which ties in nicely with Kotaro being the goddess of wisdom, as sometimes it is wiser to give someone a comforting lie than to tell them the harsh truth. Now, the anime does have some downsides in that there are lots of scenes of the main characters just standing around talking and coming up with new ideas and strategies to assist their clients with their goals, and the action scenes do not have any tension due to the unique quirks of the main characters. But I find that this is easily outweighed by the great analytical side to the stories, which does better than other similar anime, as this anime tells you in the second episode what it's going to be like moving forward, and lets the viewer decide if it is the series for them, rather than simplifying its plots or character motivations in the rest of the season. The series has now finished airing its second season on Crunchyroll, being one of the last survivors of the Crunchyroll original label, and is still enthralling to watch, and a definite recommendation for people who are after a Sherlock Holmes style story, but this time focusing on deceiving your compatriots rather than assisting them.